I was told that Stubb's barbecue sauce was pretty good after I mentioned that Sweet Baby Ray's is pretty much the only barbecue sauce I ever eat. Shoutouts to Tim Y who recommended this to me, and I'm gonna be trying it out today. I got 2 of their versions. I know that there's a bunch more, but this is all that they had in my grocery store. I got the original and the Sweet Heat, and the one in the middle here is Sweet Baby Ray's just to try it out and compare it to. And I got a bunch of tenders. I'm gonna go right for this original Stubb sauce just to see what it tastes like. You know, let's give it a little test. It's a little bit more watery than Sweet Baby Ray's, but that's to be expected because there's no corn syrup in it. It does look good though. I'm gonna try it out. Ooh, a little smoky. Not that spicy though. It is a tiny bit peppery. I would say that it's more on like the tanginess side of like the spice scale. You know how you have like a hot sauce and hot sauce is made from vinegar and peppers? That's more on the peppery, tangy, a little bit of sweetness. And then I'll compare it to the regular Sweet Baby Ray's. Nice and thick. I always like how it goes on, but yeah, I know that it's not like super healthy. Compared, it's like Sweet Baby Ray's is a super thick sweet paste. There's really not much barbecue attitude to it. Does that make sense? It's just like a sweet, creamy sauce. I still like it. It just doesn't have the depth of flavor that the original Stubb's has. And then over here is the Stubb's Sweet Heat. It seems to be about the same consistency as the original. Maybe a little bit thicker. I'm not sure though. Not that sweet. I feel like they're almost the same sweetness levels. Hold on. Compared to the original, at least. What kind of pepper is this? It's like very gradual. It says that it's chipotle. All right, I'm gonna go back to the original barbecue. They're both kind of sweet in their own way. The Sweet Heat tastes a little bit more, honestly, savory to me because of those chipotle peppers. And then the original is pretty tangy. I think I gotta go back for the Sweet Heat one again. That might be some false advertising because it's not that sweet. That one I tasted it a little bit more, maybe because I was focusing on it. But really, all of them are sweet. It's just that the Sweet Baby Ray's one is like way over on the sweet side. And then these 2 Stubbs are kind of similar. It's just that one is way more vinegary than the other one. Now I do think that Sweet Baby Ray's still has a place in your refrigerator. But I think that the Stubbs ones are a really good option too. I would really be interested in trying the other Stubbs flavors. There's probably about 4 other ones that weren't in my grocery store to include the spicy one, which of course I would have loved to try. But really I just like dipping my tenders and stuff. It almost doesn't matter what kind of sauce, as long as it's a, you know, good reputable sauce. I like dipping in everything. By the way, these are Perdue chicken tenders. I think that they're the gluten-free ones. I'll put a picture of it up. And I really like these ones compared to other chicken tenders like from other brands like Tyson's, because these ones, they taste more natural and the breading on them isn't as thick. So I feel like I get more of just like white meat chicken in these gluten-free ones. And they stay pretty crispy. All right, maybe this one is a little bit sweeter, but still they're both good. I think that they just serve different purposes. If I had it my way, I would probably buy all the Stubb's sauces and just like have a little dipping tray for every single sauce and dip everything into each one of them depending on what I'm in the mood for. That reminds me, back when McDonald's used to have all of their sauces out, do you remember that? There used to be pumps for like the barbecue sauce, sweet and sour sauce, ketchup, mustard, I think even ranch. I don't really remember perfectly, but they used to have pumps for you, right? And pro tip, I don't think I've ever seen anyone else do this, but I learned from a friend a long time ago that if you stack your lids upside down, so you can get like two of them, and then put them as your tray for the sauces, and then there's like a perfect little middle center that you could use for your favorite sauce, and then pump all the extra sauces around it. It might be useful if you still go to a restaurant that has condiment pumps, but yeah, that's my tip of the day. Okay, Stubb's barbecue sauce. It's pretty good. Thanks, Tim Y, for the recommendation. I'm gonna enjoy these with whatever it goes with barbecue sauce in the future. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.